Welcome Sagittarius Capricorn to your chakra reading for February. I hope your friends are doing great out there. Welcome back all subscribers and anyone new to my channel. Welcome. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay. 1 second, friends. Got a piece of hair there. Okay. As you can tell, I've already pre-shuffled your cards since there's so many. Getting straight in here and see what chakras are needed for you this month. Talking about impartiality. Getting straight into that crown chakra for you. This card is actually asking you, if you step back from your present situation, what do you see? Can you be neutral? Whoa, if you do that, you can actually do shadow work, right? Getting straight into that shadow work. Standing there asking yourself questions, being open-minded and fair with yourself about the situation. Okay. Yes, very nice. So getting into the crown chakra is really, neutrally asking yourself questions. Getting down to the whys. What is it? See, balancing yourself out. This is actually going to be a balancing trick for you. Keeping yourself balanced as well. Weighing the pros and cons within yourself and using that higher intuition and becoming one with yourself with the unity of the crown chakra. And then you have crown chakra again, wow, with the peace. So really digging into that crown chakra this time, really getting into self mode, asking yourself things. This is going to bring you peace and peace of mind. The peace is really talking about, see what the piece says. The piece says it reminds you that peace is available to you in each moment. Peace lives within you and surrounds you at all times, and you are encouraged to connect with the powerful healing vibration of your soul and universe. And you can do that, right, by doing some shadow work. You may feel the urge to meditate or simply go somewhere in nature where you are able to sit by yourself to feel the peaceful energy that is being offered to you at this time. And that's, really sitting there and doing those things is when you really start to think by yourself. Asking yourself questions, getting deep within yourself to have the answers come to you. Okay. So yes, you really want to do this. The connection to the higher realms and worlds and dimensions is within you, within your crown chakra. This is where the angel messages come from, your higher intuition, your higher self comes in. The God source is in place of timeless, spaceless, all-knowing and all-loving connections when you are there. This brings in the clarity to yourself, and it can ask you questions like, how am I present? How can I do this? How can I do that? The knowledge sits at the top of the mind and within yourself. Okay, and your crown chakra is up here at the top of the head, where it's all of everything just comes flowing out. And you know the answers, because the answer is, as soon as you ask that question and you're sitting peacefully and you're meditating, and then all of a sudden that one word comes up, that's the answer. That's the answer. Okay, don't deny that answer, because our logical minds want to say, no, that's not it, right? No, I don't really love them, or no, I don't really want to do that. Right, but you already know the answer because it was the first thing there. So once that first piece comes, that's the answer. Rest and rejuvenate was the same thing. They're telling you to what? To meditate, to sit by yourself so that you can receive the answers that you need, so you can think about the situation. You can step out away from everything and get your answers. Don't stop, the angels say. Don't stop looking for the answer. Don't stop looking for the peace. Don't stop asking these questions, because this is where you're going to literally find the answers. Rhinoceros. Be strong and courageous, my friends. Stand your ground for what you know. Rhinoceros is a great fire energy, earth and fire, right? And you have that. It's actually a great Sag Cap card, because the rhinoceros is a bull, no matter what, right? So you could say that's totally earth, right? But it can also be fiery, right? Very fiery. So it could be a great Sag Cap card or a very great Aries Taurus card. So, one could use the rhinoceros for both, huh? hot-tempered, hot-tempered rhinoceros standing his ground. You have the shock of the new coming up. Well, what is the shock of the new? Well, it's telling you, because this is a sacred rebel card, when you get into what you're doing, you are going to shock yourself. Maybe you need to shock yourself. Can you hear it? The card is asking, can you hear it? The voice is calling you. It is so different and so unusual, it might be hard to decipher. Like hearing the unfamiliar language for the first time. It may be hard to discern with great clarity now, but there is affirmity between you and this strangely beautiful newness seeking to manifest. Right, of course. Okay, that strangeness might be something that rattles your beliefs about yourself and your world, daring you to become more of yourself, more open to where life is leading you, and more willing to be unique, sacred art being crafted by the hand of the universal creator, right? I mean, if you're not used to doing something like this, it could rattle the bones. I mean, if you're new at doing something like this, and this is your, you know, you don't really do this a whole lot, this is going to shake you up. Because you're going to be like, what just happened? But however it is, maybe it's also telling you something you didn't want to hear. Look, you're sitting down. Maybe you keep denying the fact. And then all of a sudden you go into rest and rejuvenation and you do that shadow work, and then that first word pops up and you're like, no, that was not what I wanted to hear. I didn't want to hear myself tell me that. I didn't want the universe to say that. I didn't want that piece to come out. I want that to stay hidden. I don't want that, however it is. Trying to deny the facts. Sometimes it's shocking new, and sometimes you just receive a message, depending on how open you really are, really getting in, right? You receive this message that's like, where the heck did that come from? Eight of Cups. I want the success. I want the growth. I want to be able to do this. I want the answers. You know you want the answers, but you are trying to doubt. Maybe you're trying to doubt yourself. Maybe you're doubting this whole process. Maybe the doubt is coming out right now and you're like, I doubt this is going to happen. Huge possibility. A little suspicious of it. I don't know if that's going to work. You can say that's going to work, but I don't know. But I really want to move forward. But having the doubts and insecurities and the suspiciousness of the whole thing could be also doubting yourself when you hear this, because it's something that maybe you just don't want. Sometimes we dig for the answers. We really think we want the answers. And then when their truth comes out, we don't want to hear that. So we try to hide it again. Try to put it away, because that's not the answer that we feel that we want at this time, right? All I want is the peace, but I don't know, is that really the peaceful resolution? The peace is going to be shock. So going straight to the peace, the rest rejuvenation, the shock of the news, and the rhinoceros is the Emperor sitting over here, beautiful. Could be talking about an Aries Taurus. Are you dealing with an Aries Taurus? If you are dealing with an Aries Taurus, that could be why this rhinoceros is coming out. You're going to stand strong like the rhinoceros. Maybe the person you're also dealing with is very strong. Maybe they are this person, right? But you're going to take back your kingdom, take back yourself, take back your peace. Run your own kingdom for yourself. This is your kingdom. This is where you are. Taking all the control. Taking back the control. Moving forward with the Six of Swords. I can do this. I can move. I need to move, and I need to move into a peaceful state of mind. I need to stop fighting with myself. Stop having internal battles. I need to stop maybe fighting with this person, stop fighting with myself. Maybe this person makes me fight with myself. However it is, it's an internal battle. And this is why it says step back. Look at it from a different point of view. This is going to keep you going strong and get you from being unstuck. This is going to actually bring in that peace, actually bring in the knowing. Going over here to rejuvenate, don't stop, shock of news, and the tarot cards itself. Spirit says you are guilty in deceiving yourself if you do not do this. Why? Why are you guilty? Why are you deceiving yourself? Because maybe you're allowing yourself to sit over here and just have internal conflict with yourself. Or maybe you're deceiving yourself by trying not to take the answer. Maybe you also, if that's not the case, for some of you, majority of it is, unfortunately. But with the Empress, you might also be dealing with a Taurus or a Libra who is also guilty. They're guilty of putting you in this internal battle. You're guilty of continuing to do so and not taking back control, right? But they're also guilty of putting you there. Knight of Coins, offering yourself the peace, offering yourself the news, offering yourself the new step. King of Coins, somebody is definitely dealing with some kind of Taurus. Aries, Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Okay. Somebody's definitely dealing with a Taurus. I even have Taurus here with Knight of Coins. Now, Knight of Coins doesn't have to be a Taurus. It's, you know, and it's not really the Taurus card, but it doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is too much earth up here. Maybe it's not, you know, a Taurus. Maybe it's just a Virgo or a Capricorn. It could be, you know, could even be an Aries. However, the point is, yeah, definitely a lot of earth up here, though. And you need to bring in that earth for yourself, though, too. See, because you have earth within yourself. And so you're going to find your stable grounding and stand strong. And if you're not dealing with an earth sign, you're dealing with someone super stubborn, they could have a lot of earth in their chart. Because you are dealing with someone who is almost as stubborn as yourself when it comes to that earth piece. But I think it's even more stubborn because I really do believe that somebody had a lot of Taurus in their chart. I feel this super stubbornness. Capricorns can be stubborn, but not the way Taurus is. And it almost feels like you need to find the peace within yourself so that you can take back your firm foundations, because this person you're dealing with is rock hard, very stubborn, doesn't want to move, guilty of trying, maybe they're a control freak as well, so you're trying to figure this out. It does feel like you're taking back control where they have taken control away from you. But this is also going to bring in this prosperous piece of yourself. And this prosperity is getting back to you feeling like yourself. You taking back what's yours. Just firm foundations more than anything. Where you feel comfortable. So don't stop. And on the Four of Cups is the overall outcome. And the overall outcome is, angels say, doing shadow work, looking at your intuition. The overall outcome is you will not get to where you need to be unless you do shadow work. Figuring out what it is that you really want. Manifesting things, getting deep within your intuition to find what you want on common ground, or is there common ground? I feel like you and this person could have a lot of common ground. I do feel this other person, guys, okay? So I do feel that this other person and you could have common ground, but there has to be balance. The balance between who's going to take all the stability and who's going to not take the stability. So you're going to come out with the kind of this answer that says, you do this, I'll do that. Okay, and it feels like you're kind of both guilty of maybe power playing each other for foundational reasons. You have two very strong energies going on right now, especially with all this earth, fire, and all this stuff. And it's really, it's hard to keep balance over here. I'm Taurus and I'm married to a Taurus. I know this common ground you have to find. There has to, it has to have a common ground when you have two strong earth signs like that together. Same with like fire signs, two heavy fire signs together, they have to find that ultimate balance together, right? Air signs too. When you're dealing with the same kind of energy, there has to be this ground that you have to work on, otherwise you have an earthquake. And and especially if you guys are like, I don't know, like I'm Taurus Leo rising. My husband is Taurus Sag rising. So we're two very strong people together. And that's what I'm feeling over here. Two very strong people coming together. They butt heads to look for this. Who's in control? You don't need, what you're going to focus on is not so much who's in control. You're going to try to balance out to where you equalize in balance, right? You equalize in balance. And that's where the moon is going to come up. It's going to give you that equal balance. Let's grab one more card and we're all done. Yeah, the Hierophant, it's definitely a relationship. So getting yourself back to the common ground of the relationship. And, if it's just a friend, it's still finding that balance. If it's within the job and you and the boss, it's still finding that balance. So figure out where that balance is. So that way you can have more peace of mind. Because right here, it's strong and courageous, but it's almost like you have to stand strong and courageous against this other person, because this person seems to want to be the monarch. Just 100, the monarch. But it's not always about who's strongest. It's about finding, like it says, the balance. Okay, so, oops, put the wrong card down. Okay, so that was it for you, my friends. And until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.